What does it actually means to transform pain? What does no one admit about it? Today's topic is turning pain into power. When or what did pain strip away from me when I was in pain or going through trials and tribulations? Um, for me, it stripped away comfort. Um, you know, for so long, or we'll get signs in our lives about boundaries and things that need our attention, and we get so caught up in, I know for myself, we get so caught up in just life, right? It's just lifing, things is going on, kids, business, careers, jobs, whatever. And you'll see those little subtle signs. It's like, oh, I need to handle this and I need to handle that. And next thing you know, it's this big tornado that just comes, and it reminds me of a Twister. And I've never been in a Twister, but I've seen the movie and saw, I like watching the specials on on TV. And so it's almost like, just out of nowhere, the gusts of wind will just start coming, everything is just up in a roar. And you're in the middle of it, and all you just see is rain and wind and things flying around, and you're trying to just grasp and say, wait a minute, hold on, where did this pain come from? Where did this storm come from? And you're like, why am I going through this now? What is this trying to teach me? And for me, when them storms come and those trials and tribulations come, what I find is that it shows me what's misaligned in my life. It shows me things again that I haven't been paying attention to. And it's like bam, just like that in your face. You have to deal with it, right? Because now the storm is there, your life is just all up in a row, and you're like, okay, I can't ignore it anymore. I have to deal with this. And you know, I think I know for me, it takes me out of my comfort zone. Because again, nobody wants to go through life having pain. Nobody wants to go through life just with the ups and downs. So for me, I just try to keep everything together and just go on. But again, it's those that pain and how and so people ask like, why do we romanticize pain after we survive it? And that's a really good question. Like, why do we? Because when you going through that storm, when you're going through life trials and tribulation problems, what happens is it shows you that it builds character. So that's why I feel like people romanticize pain because it shows you like, well, if you went through that storm, if you went through that problem, then you can go and get through something else. And like I said, it shows you strength. It shows you courage because, just talking to a friend today, and they told me like, and I was telling them some of the things that I've been through over the years, and I'm very private in my life. And so they just was like, we never knew it. But then also it's like, oh, well, she got through it. We can get through it. And everybody trials and tribulation, everybody pain comes in different levels, right? But it builds character, right? It shows you that if I fall down, I could get back up, right? I just gotta wither out this storm, wither out this pain, and then guess what? I'm going to be able after again, it reminds me of the storm, and after the storm, and after the thunderstorm, or you always see the sunshine, right? So it just shows you that okay, I got to go through this to get to the sunshine, and so you know when I was in it, when I was in the storm, I I wasn't. It didn't feel, I didn't feel powerful. I felt this, I just felt out of body. I didn't feel I didn't feel like, I'm gonna get through this storm because again, you're just trying to hold on to at least, you see what I'm saying? You're just trying to hold on until you see the sunshine. So that I don't, some people be like, I don't know. For me, I know just and hoping that I can encourage somebody like when you're in that storm, you just gotta hold on because there's going to be the sunshine is going to shine afterwards. And that storm is teaching you something. That storm is sitting up there building character. That storm is it's almost like a boot camp. Like, okay, if you get through this, boom, next thing is easy. You see what I'm saying? Okay, here come another storm. You get through this, next thing is easy. So then next thing you know, you start having all this stuff and somebody comes say, oh, I'm having this problem. I don't know how to get, girl, this is what you got to do. X, Y, and Z, boom, 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 and there you go. So, and then we goes to after we get through the storm and after the sun is shining, what happens, right? You got to rebuild, right? You got to gather yourself together. You're like, okay, I came through it. The sun is shining, I, you know, but how do you gather yourself together? For me, in rebuilding, it's about silence, right? It's about how can I say this? It's about assessing what I just been through, seeing the signs, what I learned about myself in the situations. And what I found is that again, when you're rebuilding in silence, again, you're starting to see like, okay, it wasn't really that bad. Or you're starting to say like, okay, I appreciate that storm because it showed me what I need to get in aligned. I appreciate that storm because it showed me what was out of balance, right? And so, when people say turn your pain into power, what do that actually means? To me, what it means is that you have something else under your belt. You have another tool. So regardless of what goes on, right? You turn that pain into power because you also know I've been through this. I've been through this storm before. I've been through a storm before. So if I got through one storm and I learned a lesson, this next storm is going to be something else. So there's another lesson behind this storm. So that's why they say turn it into power because it just motivates you to say, okay, I'm going through a storm. Let me sit this one out. Let me sit in silence. Let me see what God is trying to show me. Let me see what I need to get in balance. Let me see what's out of balance. Let me see what patterns is being exposed. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like when you're going through these storms, and we all go through them. I've been through them. Matter of fact, I was just going through a storm today. But I said, you know what? I'm going to get on this video. I'm going to make this video because I don't care. If I don't hit 1,000 people. I don't really care. As long as I can touch one person and show them that storm that you're going through, that pain that you're going through is going to be brighter days. And that storm is building character. That storm is teaching you something. And guess what? People are seeing that storm, and you're encouraging someone else that is going through a storm, knowing that it's just about having hope and getting through that storm, seeing that sunshine, and also knowing that I am built for this. I can get through this. I'm not, so many people give up when they're going through hard times, and I get it. Trust me, I get it. But guess what? It builds your character. It tells you that if I got through this, I can get through anything.